Good evening. Hello. I'm Paul. I'm the friend of myself, but also a friend of Mikhail. And people ask me, thank you for the question, to tell something about him. He was a very good teacher for many people, also for me. I had lessons with him for 25 years, but the special thing in it, we were also friends for a long time, and in our whole life together, we had experience for many things. We dared to do things, and we did also business work together. So I know him rather good, and I hope I can tell you a story about his own life. He was very brave because it was not a difficult life, not an easy life he had, because he knew very much. He was very spiritual, connected, and had also very much skills in himself. And till the end of his life, he always had a doubt in himself if he was doing the things right. Also, all the friends, also here in the room now, know about this. So let me tell you something about his spiritual quality, or he saw much, and there's no other person. He knew the form and the spirit, and he loved creation, not only talking but also walking. And he gave their way to many people in this, and I liked it very much. It was for me very attractive to be spiritual but also practical. And he came from Rotterdam, from the harbor town in Holland, and he always was in with the title "No Words but Projects" or Actions. So that was our connection also, because we both were connected with the people around us. As a teacher, he learned me the way to go to yourself, to the essence of yourself. Very practical and down to earth. There was much light in his work. And so, such as the inspiration of Rumi came to me, he said always be lovely, have compassion, and serve people around yourself. Now, I'd like to tell you something about his oeuvre. He did much things in his life, and he was very compatible to people, but also very energetic. He spoke very much, he wrote very much, he translated books, he trained people, he built also buildings, communities. Two of them, I like to tell something about it, the books and had buildings, the building works. The books I show you in the pictures you see, we cut it in the film, and the building is the same thing. I'm still a designer and a bit architectural inspired, and I worked with him for many years. We built the community. We had a nice place for students in Holland. There was a new center coming, and there were also a center for people who are needed care for the health they are in. Now 4 or 5 months ago that he left this world, and I'm very glad that you ask us to celebrate this day also in the name of Mikhail. That make me very glad, and thank you that you thought about this. And I want to tell you a little story about myself. At the end of July, I walk alongside the beach in Holland with a good girlfriend, and we talked about life, also about what the situation in the world and people who are there, and also Mikhail. That we talked also about Mikhail, yes. And in one moment, I lost my tesbih. 25 years ago, I got the tesbih from Mikhail when I stepped into the world of the Sufis and the study about mystic life. And I was a bit shocked about this, and I turned around and searched for the tesbih if it was still there, and my girlfriend also did the same, but we can't find it, and we walked back home to the place where we started. And in that moment, I said to myself, it's okay, I go my way, I have to do it on my own. And then I was very quiet. A month later, Mikhail, we were there also, rather much in the hospital. A month later he died, and I prayed for him, and I was very sad, but I was also glad for him, because his life was very hard for him, especially his body was not good anymore. But this was for him the best way to do, and he left much of his work to us, to people, and I still like to work, to look at it and to say, perhaps we can make a very nice oeuvre in the way of a book or something, an exhibition or a day together. So perhaps is that interesting. Thank you so much that you want to listen to me, to the friend of Mikhail. My name is Paul, and I say to you bye-bye, and hope to see you again.
Hello, dear friends in Turkey and all other people who maybe will listen to this movie. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's an honor for us all to make the connection with you and you with us, and in special in the spirit of Mevlana now on this day. I want to tell you about Mikhail Derksen, who also is called Mürsel Efendi Dede. He was a very, very passionate man, very alive. It's not a kind of teacher that you could fall in sleep with, impossible. His path also wasn't so easy, because he also wants to follow really the path of truth. So if from inside he hears something that he has to follow, even if other people or he thinks it doesn't fit, it's difficult, it has no commitment, but he was listening very, very carefully until he really had to follow it. He has no choice about it. So that's a great example for us to do the same, and to trust your inner voice. He also teaches us that what is invisible in yourself, to make it visible and to make connection in the world with it, to feel the connection, and also that everybody has his own qualities, to expand it and to be yourself, and don't doubt about it. Just listen to what is inside you and follow it. He was also a very concrete person. He was not like a clan or something new age. It's for him it was, his soul was in this path of love. He really wanted to follow the path of love, and that's I saw it so many times, even in difficult periods, that he never go away of this path of love, and he always remind us and himself about to love yourself and to love each other, and to, even if it's different culture, different religion, it doesn't matter. We are just a reflection of God, and we all have our own qualities. And of course it's beautiful if you can use them to serve the world and to serve each other. There is something at the end of his life that really impressed me, he was getting weak. His body was getting weak, but his mind never got weak. He has such a big awareness. He even if he was ill in bed and there came somebody inside, he always greet them and really look the person in the eyes, but he really look at the person and see the person in front of him. And I also saw him getting really soft and very soft, and at the end I think he told to everybody who came to visit him, I love you, I love you, I love you. So it's good to hear it, but it's also a reminder for all of us that it's the path of love. That's really also what the world needs now. And I would like to read for you his words about his duty here. It is my deepest wish to travel home and drawn into the beloved. It is my deepest wish to support my fellow people on this planet, to travel themselves within God, to realize the true value there are, and to love. Ooh.
Hello, I'd like to share something about the treasure Mikhail Derksen left behind. Last year and a half before Mikhail died, we worked together, and the only purpose was to make possible that Mikhail could share as much as he wished to share with people in live classes or written in articles and books. Actually, as he had done his whole life, but now with the awareness that his time was really limited, and although his energy was also limited, he was determined to work on different books and classes because he really wanted to share his knowledge, and he did. Besides the classes he gave, he spent time with several people close to him, sharing his knowledge, and he worked on articles and books. In the end of 2019, after a period spent in the hospital in which he was not sure if treatment was possible, Mikhail raised the Mikhail Derksen Foundation, in which he put his legacy. We hoped there would be time left to finish 1 or 2 books and give some classes he would really love to give. And it is amazing how much he was able to do in this last period of his life. And he continued to give classes only online when Corona time came. Now that he has passed away, we will, from the Mikhail Derksen Foundation, publish his books and booklets. He as good as finished the translation of part 3 of the Masnavi, which he loved to work on in the early mornings before breakfast. When I arrived in the morning at his place, I saw him in his sacred space, as Rosa already said, having his cup of tea with Rumi. He really wished to complete this work, and we are dedicated to publish his translation. Mikhail's work and his legacy are so far-reaching and immense. It captures so many aspects of life, living, and society that it's almost impossible to catch it in a few sentences. From the foundation, we will share from this work in encounters, programs, and publications. In the last weeks of his life, Mikhail said to me, "The foundation is a love story. It's about kissing people awake like Snow Whites." I think this is what he has done in his life. And I'm very grateful for all that I've learned from Mikhail and for the time that I could spend with him, as he was an indescribable, loving and dedicated teacher to me and to loads of people. And I truly wish and trust his legacy will continue to inspire people. Thank you.
Hello. I am deeply honored to be able to share some words about Mikhail Mürsel Efendi. He is an amazing, beautiful soul. He is the love of my life and a very, very special teacher for many people. I'm also grateful that through Mikhail and the life we shared, I could explore walking upon the path of the Sufi in a very spontaneous way, in the midst of daily life. The way we would start the morning with prayers while watching the sun rise from our living room, or the way we would read the Masnavi like children, as if reading it for the first time, again and again. The way even we would walk through a supermarket to get our groceries, and he would make sure that whoever crossed his way, he would look the person in the eye. And not necessarily in a very serious way, but rather a way of truly being in the moment, longing to be with whatever is there. And that could be anything. It could be love, it could be fire, it could be playfulness, it could be stillness. It could be something someone felt ashamed of and dared to speak out loud for the very first time. Somehow there lies a lot of healing in allowing the moment to be and allowing ourselves to be in the moment. I'm incredibly grateful that we were able to live that. It's also a daily reminder for me to recognize that holy ground is everywhere, that the place of prayer can be anywhere, and that any connection can be a prayer. Today we commemorate Mikhail. We commemorate his work and the love he shared with the world. But if there is one thing I learned from our beloved Mikhail, it is that we can only truly commemorate what is present now, inside each of us. We can only ever remember the ocean we are. Right now I can hear Mürsel say, "Do not look at me. Do not point towards my work and call it mine. I have only ever been an instrument of God." Building a house of love, in essence, is being a house of love, which is a journey we all take. On that path, Mikhail taught me that wisdom does not lie in what you know by heart, or the amount of books you have read, or not even the amount of years you have been walking. What matters is that you found your path, and the path found you. Mikhail is a very dedicated man. He is a dedicated student of life, and he has felt honored to be able to study with teachers and lovers on the path that were so close to his heart. With much, much love, I thereby speak the name of his teacher, Efendi, and of Venerable Sheikh Anur, Venerable Faruk Chalibim, Venerable Asen Chalibim, who were so deeply connected to his soul. Mikhail felt so much part of a family, a community of love. And that connection of love also strengthened a connection across countries, and a way to allow the path of the Sufi to be an open doorway through which anyone can be called and invited to enter. Mikhail's illness was one of the greatest challenges we faced. To stay connected to life even while there is so much suffering. In his final weeks, we were in the hospital, and even the hospital became a place of light. We shared beautiful stories, even with the doctors or other patients in the room. His departure here has lifted fields in many ways, and has taken us on a journey to fully trust within the beloved, to trust the seeds that lie deep into the earth and will flower when the moment is right. Someday, we all reach reunion with the beloved. Celebrating Mikhail's work ultimately means asking ourselves the question, who am I? What do I truly long for? What am I holding back? And expressing whatever lives inside of us, no matter how much shame or judgment we hold over it. It is holy. We are holy. And we are whole. In our being and living together, Mikhail and I expressed our love and gratefulness through creation, words, books, poetry, music. And now I would like to express my gratefulness to Mikhail and to the community of love and everyone listening in this moment by sharing a piece of music celebrating one of the oldest love stories in history between the wind and the sea. Thank you for listening.
I wrote a love song to the sea, hoping she'd fall in love with me. I promised I would kiss her shores from many miles, but always bring her home on time. I wrote a love song to the sea, and as she listened silently, she stretched her waters open wide, bending the tide, breaking the tide, and as she danced around the room, she said, I'll be with you. Swimming into an unknown space, looking back at the harbor to feel safe, sinking into a hole into the silence, only breathing. Come I wrote a love song to the sea, and then she